I'm Courtney Peters. Welcome to Into the Spectrum, Episode 2. In the last episode, we discussed why people with autism have problems with their behavior. I told you I needed to find out why they do what they do in order to change their behavior. For a refresher, let's quickly go over the 4 A's. The 4 reasons are access, attention, avoidance, and automatic. Now on to what everybody wants to know. What are you supposed to do once you know why? Disclaimer. Everything that is discussed on this show are generalizations, and the suggestion should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. Everyone is encouraged to seek out a BCBA or an appropriate clinician for consultation before starting any behavioral intervention. Any choices you make concerning your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion. Okay, I'm back again. Once I know why, I implement a plan to lower or get rid of the unwanted behavior and increase the appropriate behavior. Let me make it really simple. Stop giving them what they want. If you stop giving in to the problem behavior, then that behavior becomes worthless. What I mean by that is, if they want access to something, don't give it to them. If they want attention, don't give them attention. If they want to avoid doing something, make them do it. If they are doing it for automatic reasons, block it from happening. In the ABA world, this is called extinction. It's a simplified version of the procedure, but it will still work and I use it all the time. Now I'll give you 3 tips when trying this out. In the following example, see if you can figure out which one of the 4 A's it shows. Just a quick side note, we call the reasons why functions. If I ever use the word functions, I'm talking about the 4 A's. On to tip number 1. Stick with it and stay strong. It can be really hard sometimes to see your child cry and not do anything to help, but you are helping them. Just to let you know, the unwanted behavior could get worse before it gets better. Let's think about going to the store. You're trying to shop for clothes, toothpaste, and food. And what does your child want? Toys! He first asks, "I want a toy." And you say, "No, not today." And you try to distract him. Like, "Look, a cute shirt." But he doesn't give up. He screams, "I want a toy!" But you still don't give him the toy. Then he starts hitting the cart and screaming, and then falls on the floor and screaming. And then he's screaming, crying, and flailing on the floor. You see what's going on here. The behavior is getting worse because you're not giving him what he wants. Expect this to happen the first couple of times, but if you don't give in, things will eventually get better. Now, what happens if you give him what he wants after he falls to the floor? Well, he has just learned in order to get what he wants, he has to ask, then scream, then fall to the floor, then he gets it. Yay! He figured out what he needs to do to get the toy. So that means he's going to do it every time. Now, is that what you want to teach him? I don't think so. So on to tip number 2. Either give it to him the first time when he's calm, or don't give it to him at all. Those are the 2 best choices. Tip number 3. Teach an appropriate alternative behavior. I'm going to start with another example. Last week, I took my nephew to the store and he threw a tantrum because he wanted to take a train home. Yes, it was Thomas. I didn't let him take the train. I first made sure I refrained from showing emotion. By this I mean, I didn't say, "Stop it," or "Be quiet," because this would be showing attention to the negative behavior, and that is something you don't want to do. This doesn't mean don't give attention to your child, just don't focus on the unwanted behavior. So what I did was, I waited until he was calm again, and then I told him to ask for the toy nicely. When he did, I gave it to him. By waiting until he was mellow again, it taught him that causing a scene will not give him what he wants. But being patient and using his nice words will. How can I not give him the toy he wants? I want to be his favorite aunt. Notice, how I had him ask for what he wanted the polite way. I was giving him an appropriate alternative to acting out. It helps to teach the positive behavior along with ignoring the negative behavior. Think about what you would want him to do in order to get the toy. He should ask for it nicely. So, did you figure out what the function was for those examples? It was access. So let's briefly think about the other whys. Attention. You can teach other ways to appropriately get attention, such as tapping somebody's shoulder or calling their name. Avoidance. You can teach to appropriately say all done or to ask for a break. Automatic. You can teach a different way to get input. So if your child likes to throw things in order to watch them fall, you can teach them to play with toys such as bouncy balls or a marble tower, and they can watch the items fall. In conclusion, do not give any attention to the problem behavior unless it's automatic. Pretend like it's not happening and teach an appropriate alternative behavior. And remember, don't act on your emotions when the undesired behavior is happening. It will get better if you stay strong. Well, that's a little bit about the function access. I hope this helped. In the next episode, we're going to dive into the attention function. If you keep watching, we'll keep coming out with them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!